Welcome to solverfy.
Are changing algorithm 3, the binary search algorithm, so that it compares x, what we're searching for, to a sub m at each stage of the algorithm. Okay, and so whatever in here is simply the algorithm 3 that we are going to be changing, right? So it starts with setting I equal to 1 and j equal to n. So it's going to be our first and last endpoint of our search interval. So it starts by setting it equal to the entire interval. And then while I is less than j, we're going to go ahead and take about roughly the halfway point. So I have a floor here, and that's so that if the list has an odd number, we can still get a integer point for our location. And so we take the floor about roughly halfway, and we check to see if our search value is greater than the number at the halfway index. And if it is, then we're going to set our left endpoint, left search interval over. So we're going to then next only search the right half of the list. And if it's not greater than that number, then we're going to move our right search endpoint to the midway point, and then moving forward, we'll only be searching the left part of the list. Okay, once we get through that loop, we're going to check to see if our search value is equal to the number that's left there. And if it is, then we're going to set our location equal to that index. And if not, we're going to set the location equal to 0 and return that. And so now we want to change this so that at each stage we compare x to am. So first we're going to introduce another variable s, and we'll set that equal to false. All right, and then it's going to start about the same way, where we're going to take the halfway or roughly halfway index and check to see if x is larger than am. But while we're doing this loop, we also need to add that we're doing it while I is less than j and s is false. Okay, so then we go through and check if x is greater than am, and if it is, we're going to change our point. But then in here, before we get to the else case, so we're going to sort of just go ahead and edit these lines. Before we jump to that else case, we're going to add an else if statement. And in this case, the else if is going to be comparing x to a sub m, which is what the problem wants us to do. So if x is equal to a sub m, then we can just go ahead and set x equal to true, so we get out of that loop, and set location equal to m. All right, and then we'll get into our previous else statement of setting that the right search endpoint to m. And then we would go into returning the location. And so what is the advantage here? Well, the advantage is that if x is equal to am, it exits the loop, right? So it's not going to keep